yourselves and the Devils are two of the highest scoring teams up to this point. Are you okay if the game opens up a little bit considering the talent of your squad, or would you prefer not to go in that direction?
Well, I mean, you got to give credit to the way the New Jersey Devils have started. They're obviously, playing at a very high level. They lead the league or at the top end of the league in a lot of different categories. You go to the offensive side, I'd go to the fact that they've only given up 25 shots or more, I think, in one game this year. So they're getting it done both ways. I think this team coming in today is exactly what our team needs in terms of this is going to be a high-quality hockey game, and we better be prepared because if we're not, they can make you pay.
Their penalty kill has been very good up to this point as well. What have you seen from their penalty kill? And I don't know if you want to say, but what do you guys need to do to maybe counter some of the things that they're doing?
Yeah, their penalty kill has been very good. That's a credit. Their players going out and executing, and their coaching staff for coming up with a good plan. I think they do a lot of really good things. They block a lot of shots. Their goaltender has been very good on the penalty kill. They have good pressure points, and they're coordinated in how they're working, and it's a credit to them and their kill. And no, I'm not going to give you our plan.
Excuse me, unless I was mistaken, didn't see Evander Kane on the ice this morning. Is he available tonight, or what's happening there?
Yeah, it was a maintenance morning for Evander.
Okay, but likely playing tonight?
Likely playing tonight, yeah.
Okay. Your power play, the core of it has been together for some time now, but it seems that there's new wrinkles being introduced, and how much effort goes into a power play staying fresh and providing new looks. Just, you guys are so heavily scouted every game, so.
Yeah, I think the good part about being together for so long is that they almost think as one organism. Like everybody's on the same page just from having played together so much. I think the new wrinkles, that's all part of evolving and staying on top of the way teams are killing penalties in the league and trying to stay ahead of the curve that way. We have some players on both units that take a lot of pride in that part of the game, and they go out and execute. So it's a credit to our players.
Do you see the stats say that Connor McDavid doesn't have the puck more in the offensive zone? He's not getting more chances than he did last year markedly, but he's obviously scoring more goals. Do you see him taking shots he didn't used to take? Do you see a different approach maybe when it comes to shooting the puck on that?
Yeah, I was asked this the other day, and I thought about it after the press conference. I think his shot has a lot of zip on it. I see that. I think he is getting it there from different angles. It's not always in the same look of how it's getting to the net. I think his presentation of the puck he's doing things to keep people off balance. But in the end, and I went this road last press conference, last game day morning, I think for him, if the play to be made is to shoot the puck, he's going to make that play. If the play to be made is to pass the puck, he'll make that play as well. It's going in for him, and I think it's a credit to the work that he puts in the summertime and how much pride he takes on evolving his game offensively. And he's off to obviously do a great start.
So is there some maturity there then when you come in as a pass? He's always been sort of a pass-first guy, and it takes some years to realize, you know what, it's not always the right time to pass first. Sometimes it's the right time to shoot. Does it just take a amount of time in the league for a guy to realize that sometimes the right play isn't always to pass?
Maybe. That's probably a better question for him. But I would say, I have complete trust that he's going to make the right play. And if he does feel that the play to be made is the shot, he's taking it. I know he is, and I 100% trust his decision in that moment.
Jay, you mentioned New Jersey's suppressing shots. Is it because they've been in the offensive zone so long, or have they done a good job of, getting in shooting lanes? What have you seen on the video?
Probably a combination of both. I think everybody goes to their skill. They have a lot of young skill that possesses the puck a lot. They very organized on their entries. I think what's unique about them is how tenacious they are in the offensive zone, how elusive they are in the offensive zone. So that combination with some D-man that can get the puck to the net, that promotes them playing in the offensive zone. And when you're playing in the offensive zone, you're not spending any time in your own end. So that's one part of it. I also think that they don't get enough credit for their work back to their own end. I see a group that's relentless on their way back to their own end. And, some of their offense even comes off of strips and takeaways. They're up there in takeaways as well. But when they do get to their own end, I see a group that's comfortable. They're willing to be in shot lanes. And as a result, their goaltending has been insulated by not having to spend as much time there. And when they do need the big save, I've seen their goalies rise to the occasion.
And right now, of course, McDavid and Draisaitl are near the top in scoring, but you have 5 guys of your top 6 forwards who have over 11 points. There's only like 35 forwards in the league who have that. The balanced scoring from your top six specifically right now is obviously what you'd like. As a group, regardless of who they're playing with, what's impressed you most about your top 6 so far through 10 games offensively?
I thought you were going to ask me about Derek Ryan's goal last game. What do I think about our top 6? I just think we have a bunch of really good forwards at our disposal. We talked about being flexible and moving people around. I think the pieces that we have complement each other. We have good passers, we have good finishers, we have some size that gets to the net. Those are all important facets to having the offensive success that we've had. What I would say is all of them and our whole forward group are committed to play the game the right way. And we're not perfect. No one's saying we're perfect, but we're working to play the game the right way. And as a result, when you play the game the right way and you're focused on your process, I think the outcomes take care of themselves. And, as I said, I would go to the entire forward group, not just the top 6 on that.
Jay, how do you decide whether to play Kane or Hyman as the net front? Is it how the player is playing in the game, if he scored a couple of goals early, or how do you decide?
It's nice to get a question from you again, Jim. I would say that's a luxury that we have as a coaching staff. I think it's important to understand the type of kill that you're going against and whether you need a righty or a lefty. I think how someone is playing in that game is a factor, what they showed on the previous power play. If we want to change something up and just give it a little bit of a different look. Last game when we had our first power play, Evander Kane already had 2 goals in that game. So on the bench, that's something that we would discuss in terms of what factors into that decision. I think what's unique about us is that we can move pieces in and out and them fit. Sometimes we do it on the back end with Bouchard and Barry, but certainly through 10 games, we've kind of interplayed number 91 and number 18 as well.
And I asked you yesterday, too, about Leon being the best backhand passer, and you had Datsuk when you were in Detroit. What's the difference between the two?
I mean, they're both unbelievable with that skill. I think, and I said this to you yesterday, I think Leon passes it on his backhand as well as a lot of people do on their forehands. So that allows Leon to have some deception to his game. He's someone who's worked at that for a long time. He's got a good backhand shot. I told you also that going back to Detroit, Datsuk was somebody who took a lot of pride in his backhand passing as well, and his backhand shot was a lot harder than some people's forehand shots as well. They're both elite. They both have similar lies to their stick, similar length of blade. Two really good hockey players.
Thank you.
Good, thanks.